Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rikakadash. Now, this is going into the witchcraft of Esau. And see, the witchcraft is so powerful that the Lord is going to take that witchcraft off of the elect. See, the whole nation is not going to be able to fight that witchcraft that Esau is pushing, because he got television, magazines, schools, he got commercials. See, he got all kind of pretty much propaganda and ways to push his wine and his philosophy. But see, the Lord is going to give the elect the power to be able to defeat his witchcraft. Now, since I'm using the word witchcraft, let me get 1 Samuel. Let's see here. Chapter 15. Now, 1 Samuel 15 going into when Esau then was battling Saul, and the Lord told him to kill all the Edomites. Every especially the Amalek was the top tribe of the Edomites, and the Lord told him to kill the women, children, the cattle, everybody. So in the midst of that, Saul was disobedient. Let's see, 1 Samuel 15 and 13. No, 1 Samuel 15 and 23. It say, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected thee from being king. So this is how the witchcraft of Esau is pushed, because he's a total rebellion. He's a total adversary of God. Anything God pushed, he pushed the opposite. See, he say no same-sex marriage. He put same-sex marriage all over the place. See, he say you can have multiple wives. He pushed, oh, you got to stick with one woman for 80 years. See, everything he pushed is opposite of what God pushed. All his laws is contrary and opposite of God's law. So that's how he pushes witchcraft. Now, just saying that, let me get Daniel 8 and 25. Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. See, witchcraft through the fourth beast, America, or the European Union, the NATO, they craftiness, their witchcraft is gonna prosper in their hand. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. See, he gonna push this peace stuff when he ready to kill everybody. See, he got the great sword. He making the bullets, the guns, the weapons. He killing all the people on the earth. See, he rape, robbing, and pillaging all of the nations. But he gonna use his witchcraft by saying peace, peace, peace. But democracy, democracy. When he going around the world killing everybody. Now, let's get Daniel 10 and 1, is it? It was another one with Daniel. No, it wasn't Daniel. Isaiah, Salakia. Isaiah chapter 10. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. So this is breaking down his laws, saying destruction unto them, because his laws is not God's laws. His laws is unrighteous. That meaning they're his laws, and it's going to make him prosper. Let's get some more on these laws. Oh, that's what I wanted. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. See, his laws are wicked. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. See, that's them laws he was going to change. God say women supposed to dress immodestly everywhere they go. You see, he said, no, you can dress how you want to dress. You can live how you want to live. I'm not going to give you a ticket. I'm not going to do anything to stop you. You want to walk around with your breast out, I'll say it's a titty month, and everybody can walk around with the titties out. This is the laws that the adversary of God is pushing. Because how you organize a group of people, how you organize a nation, you organize them by laws. That's how you keep peace. But when you give people the right to be wicked, see, when you give people the right to walk around butt naked, that's wickedness, man. And you giving them the right. You're not gonna write them a ticket. But see, if a man walk around like that, they gonna give him a ticket. They gonna say, oh, he trying to do something to the children. They gonna come up with some kind of excuse. But when it comes to the women, he said, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do wickedness. See? And they can't get around that witchcraft. That's the witchcraft. The Lord, see, if you take the Lord out of the picture, that witchcraft gonna prosper, man. Let's get 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Starting at, I'm gonna say about around the 8th and 9th verse. Yeah, the 9th verse. Look what he's saying, verse 9. The 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. See, that lying wonder is talking about them laws. God's laws is done away with. Nobody can keep God's laws. Nobody can live holy and obey God. See, this is the crap that Esau pushes through his religion. See, mainly through his philosophy, through the religion of God's laws, or his take on God's laws. See, when you bring up God's laws, Esau's gonna say, well, that's unattainable. Women can't walk around with their head covered and with their body covered. That's unattainable. That's just that's being over righteous, and that's unattainable. See, this is what Esau gonna tell them, and they gonna fold under that witchcraft. But he said, look at verse 10. He say, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Verse 11. For this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. See, God sent this nation. He sent this nation of Edom to these people. Let me get that in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 49. It says, for the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far and from the ends of the earth. See, he was bringing this nation that was going to have great witchcraft. They was going to be able to deceive many people. But they was going to come in the name of peace. See, they come in the name of peace, but they got the sword behind their hand ready to strike. See, that's what a snake do. He make you think he just an innocent worm, and then till you get close enough where he can bite you with that venom. Then in verse 50 he say, a nation of fierce continence, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. See, this nation, they not going to show favor to the old or the young. They going to destroy both of them. See, at the same time, while they working on destroying the young, they working on destroying the old. See, they pushing poison on the old people, they pushing poison on the young people. They don't discriminate. They got the old people in the cotton field, they got the babies in the cotton field. See, they don't discriminate on who when they destroy your behind. It says, see, it's pretty much talking about he gonna send this nation, so that's how he sent a strong delusion. Because by sending that nation with that witchcraft, that's gonna be that strong delusion that's gonna get the people that want to believe a lie. See, they don't want to believe the truth. So okay, believe this dragon, he gonna lie to you. Now let me go get my Jeremiah 49. Now, in the end of Jeremiah's writing, he went in on ESAU and how the witchcraft of ESAU was not going to prosper for all time. It was going to come to he was going to prosper now, and he was going to hide, he was going to lie, he was going to do all kind of amazing stuff, but it was going to come to a head. Look at what he said in verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus says the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? See, because them lies ain't going to be able to hang on for too long. Verse 10, he say, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. See, that last he is not going to be able to prosper. But he causes craft to prosper in his hand. See, that witchcraft that he's pushed, that rebellion against God's laws, he made that to prosper. That's been prospering for hundreds of years. They've been prospering with hiding information. If the Jamaicans down there in the island, if they had an apocrypha, Esau would put you to death. See, Esau will lock you up in chains. See, he will give you a great punishment. Depends on your value on the plantation. See, they give you a Negro Bible, a slave Bible. What's a slave Bible? That's something that he taking out what he don't want you to know, and he don't want you to have words twirling around in your head. He's gonna take that out the Bible and give you a slave Bible. See, this is some of the strategies that Esau pulled. And these individuals didn't hear this in no Christian church. See, you didn't hear it in the Jehovah's Witness church, nothing about Esau. You didn't know nothing about them. You couldn't identify who the fourth beast was, the fourth kingdom. You didn't know nothing about that. Now let's get another one. 2 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we wasn't going to be ignorant of what these dragons got going on, his witchcraft. See, we will know when his witchcraft come. Let me get that. Let's see here. But let me let that verse marinate, because I lost that one. But let me get the one in Luke. Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." So it's nothing that these dragons gonna be able to hide. See, and that's a part of their witchcraft, how they hide information. See, they're not gonna be able to hide anything. Let's see here.
Shit, I know there is a whole wall cut.
Let's see, Amos. Let me get Amos 3. Amos chapter 3, starting at verse 7. It says, "Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophet." See, there's nothing that the Lord is going to do. He's not going to make a move unless he tell his prophet, unless he tell them the secret. Because his first move he's going to make is on the nation of Edom. See, Edom is who he's making a move on. Let's get that in Isaiah 63. Starting at verse 1, he say, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?" Now that Bozrah represents America. See, that was the capital of Edom. That was the main place where all the Edomites operated. Their headquarters, in other words. He said, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in your apparel, and thine garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat?" Verse 3. "I have trodden down the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come." See, that's Yahushua. He coming to get vengeance. He not coming to give out flowers and hug people. See, he's coming for vengeance. Because who was the ones that pierced his side? See, they want to keep talking about the Jews killed him. The Jews ain't killed nobody. It was against their law. They told him, "We can't kill him. Y'all gonna have to kill him." Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with the clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him." See, who pierced him? The Edomites pierced him. You can type up Herod, who was trying to kill him when he was a baby. You type his name up, he gonna go back to the Edomites. Herod. We know who Herod is. We know how he looked. He go directly to the bloodline of the Edomites, and the Romans hired him. They put him in as a installment king. He wasn't from the nation of Israel. That's why he was trying to kill Yahushua when he was a baby. That's why he said, "And they also which pierced him." See, only a small number of people pierced Yahushua. Wasn't a bunch of people, but they belong to a nation, because they try to push this, "Oh, he gonna come back for that one person." No, he's not coming back for that one person. He coming back for all the Edomites. That's why in 63 it say, "Who is this that cometh from Edom and from Bozrah?" Now look at Isaiah 60:34. It gives you the same scenario. He didn't give you multiple scenarios of how he coming. He told you, this is how I'm coming. It's like somebody say, I'm coming to Florida and I'm going to Orlando to go to Disney World. You're not expecting him to come to Miami or some other place. He going where he say he going. So look at, get straight to the point. Verse 2, he say, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations. Now don't get it confused, because the other people that's in the UN with seats in the UN making decisions about the world, they gonna get punished too. He say, and his fury upon all their armies. Now when you look at the armies of the world, you got America and you got all the other armies. America has 800 military bases in the world. Now, how many military bases is in the world? 840. So out of 840 military bases, the American government spending $60 billion a year on their military, on the military industrial complex. They got all the weapons. They got the army. So who is God mad at? Who is his fury is going to come upon? He said his fury is upon all their armies, and he shall utterly destroy them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Now look down to verse 5. He say, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Now that Idumea go back to Edom. So he's going right back again. I'm coming for the Edomites because I set them up in rulership. That's why they say manifest destiny. It was manifest. It was their destiny to rule, to be that bridge when Yahweh shall crack the sky. They would be ruling in land and glory, how they say it, in a glorious kingdom. See, multiple riches. But see, they got so much craftiness, they hoard all the wealth in the 1%. Then you got the 99% of the people of the world in poverty or depending on the 1%ers. They got trillions of dollars, billions of dollars, the Rothschild, Rockefeller. See, the people that own the oil company, the Bushes, and all these families that's hoarding all the wealth, and they let everybody else be homeless with book bags walking around town. When they the same bloodline with the same blessing, they supposed to be having a glorious kingdom and enjoying their kingdom together. Let's get that in Isaiah 14, because these other nations enjoying and they spread their wealth. Isaiah 14 and 18. It says, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. See, that's what they get it confused. They thinking that everybody the same. No, everybody don't have a king and a kingdom. See, the East Indians, they have a king and a kingdom and a religion. The Moabites, who are the Chinese, they have a king and a kingdom. A military general that's going, he telling them right now, let this Democratic lady fly over here with that stuff. We gonna shoot her plane out the sky. See, we don't, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we don't have no king or no general to say, hey, let these people mess with us and we gonna do this. No, every nation have a general and an army and a kingdom, and that's why they in jealous mode when we tell them God is coming for us to save us, because they know we gonna get the next kingdom. He gonna set us up on the next kingdom. So they get all jealous and say, oh, well, why he don't set us up? You already set up. He gave you the first kingdom. See, look at Luke. Luke chapter 21, when Yahweh when he was telling the Jerusalem, y'all finna get killed by the sword and you going into slavery. You better mourn for your own children. Don't mourn for me when I die. Mourn for your children, because y'all going into slavery. But look what he said after that. He said, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captives into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So the Gentiles was going to rule. They was going to be the one ruling. All kings in their own house, lying in glory. See, they have the UN, they all together. Well, how we going to stop this prophecy from these Israelites raising up? We don't want them to rule over us. We want to keep ruling over them and making them work for us, prospering off of them. That's why America is such a great nation, because they got the Israelites. whoever got the Israelites, they gonna be ruling. The Greeks was ruling with the Israelites under their thumb. The Romans was ruling with the Israelites under their throne. Babylon, Egypt, Assyria, these mighty kingdoms was ruling because they had the Israelites in servitude from God. The Israelites couldn't assemble an army and fight against it because God was orchestrating the whole thing. They tried to do it in the Maccabees 1 and 2. What's his name? Maccabees. He tried to assemble an army and come against the Greeks. That Alexander the Great had died, but his other generals were still holding it down. And they say, who are these people down here in Jerusalem trying to fight against us? And they went down there and put him in submission. They eventually, Maccabees died, and then they put him in submission. That was what, 200, maybe 400 years before Yahushua came and was born in Jerusalem. So this is the kingdom of the Gentiles. But he gave Esau the main blessing. He said, Esau, you gonna rule over all the nations. Now, he's not gonna let these other nations rule over Esau, because it all goes back to Genesis 25. But I'm gonna just pull out Genesis 27 and focus on the Edomites having that kingdom, having that rulership. It says in verse 38, it says in Genesis 27:38, and Esau said unto his father, have thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. See, he realized that he gave up his inheritance to Jacob, his brother, for a pot of food or whatever. Then he said, Isaac said unto his father, Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou have the dominion. See, that dominion going to rulership. That's why he said you're going to have dominion over the fish in the sea. You're going to have rulership over the animal. So Esau was going to get the rulership. He was going to be ruling in power. It says, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off your neck. See, and this is why the witchcraft is going to keep rolling, because look at verse 41. He's saying Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. See, the Edomites starting to realize that their kingdom falling, your economy is shot. Your military got a bunch of sugar in the tank. See, the international trade is finished. You got ships backed up with products, companies going out of business. See, they got the inflation that went so high that you can't do nothing with it. You can try to tweak the reserve IRS, try to tweak it, but you can't tweak inflation. When the prices get all crazy and they charging too much for gas, now that's gonna affect the food, now that's gonna affect the apartment complex, now that's gonna affect the car dealership, it's affecting everything.
Let's go, Brandon.
The kingdom is finished. See, they're realizing that. Now they realizing also now those prophecies that was written in this little book that everybody go in the building and sing songs about, they coming true. It's a real deal. So he finna give them the kingdom. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, he gonna let them rule over us and tell us what to do. He gonna let them make the laws and enforce the laws. Not just because you can write a book and make a whole bunch of laws, but if you ain't got no power, what you gonna do with it? But they gonna have a military, they gonna have a spiritual power. That's why he gave Jacob a blessing with God and with man. He's not just gonna have guns and bullets, he gonna have spiritual power where he can rule the earth. Because you see, if he come against Esau right now, Esau got tanks, nuclear weapons, Esau got jets that can fly and break the sound barrier. Esau got all kind of stuff. He can't fight against Esau. No nation can fight against Esau. The Arabs can't do it. The Chinese can't do it. The Africans can't do it. The East Indians can't do it. Nobody can fight against Esau. So the only way he gonna do it is crack that sky, plus give his elect who believe in his word the spiritual power to take over. And so the witchcraft that they coming with is very crafty, because when people in power, you believe what they say. When rich people speak, they believe what they say. So now you got even more ammunition to what when you saying something. You could be telling a bold-faced lie, but if I got power, they gonna believe it. Now let's get some more of this witchcraft. We just 30 minutes in. I can go all day. Now look at Job 9:24. This is some of the ways he pushes witchcraft. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. See, the earth is given. They didn't just have, oh, we found out a way to make gunpowder, and now we found a way to make bullets and a rifle. Now we can go take over the world. No. The earth was given into them. That's why they didn't really even come with an army. The Catholic Church had to tell them, okay, now y'all go down there and hold up this sign. But let's see why they held up the sign. It said, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? See, if it wasn't the Catholic Church, the conquistadors who was going around colonizing everybody, holding up a sign, because see, they didn't come with their military every time. And when they did, guess what they presented first? Was the priest. They brought the priest up, and the priest held up a sign and act like he's preaching, and he's coming in peace. That's why I say he should prosper through his craft. That craft goes into witchcraft. Oh, we coming in peace. Now look at Psalms.